So my name is Jack Lee and I'm based in Dublin. I'm the Head of Sustainability at MUFG Investor Services. So I studied business studies in Dublin City University and when I finished my degree, I embarked on my chartered accountancy journey. I joined the Deloitte graduate programme and joined their audit and assurance department. Worked mainly with financial services companies, banking, investment management, insurance. And then once I completed my chartered exams, I continued to work in Deloitte and progressed through the ranks to director. I spent 3 years working in Deloitte Sydney, which was obviously a great experience working abroad. And then when I came back from travelling, I worked in their advisory team, leading their sustainability reporting and assurance team in Deloitte Ireland. That role was super interesting. It gave me a lot of experience, specifically working with new regulation that was coming down the road on ESG and helped me focus on providing sustainability reporting for companies. It also helped me build sustainability reporting frameworks and strategies for companies as well. And then more recently, I've joined MUFG Investor Services to help them develop their ESG strategy, their ESG products for their clients. I also chair their sustainability committee, which reports to our executive committee on a quarterly basis. So as the head of sustainability at MUFG Investor Services, my role is to develop our ESG strategy, which is very much focused in on governance, planet and people. I work closely with our business in developing our governance framework to support our ESG strategy. And this includes, for example, our net zero strategy, which is to reduce our carbon footprint and very much aligned to SDG 13 climate change. I support our risk compliance and finance function to identify our material climate risks and put in place processes to reduce those risks. This also includes stress testing and doing some climate scenario analysis on some of those material risks. From our people perspective, I work with our HR team to ensure we have the appropriate strategy for our health and well-being programs, which is linked to SDG 3. We ensure we've got quality education programs for our employees, which is linked to SDG 4. And very much we have a gender equality program which is focused in on diversity and inclusion, which is a link to SDG 5. For SDG 17, Partnership for Goals, I put in place a policy to identify specific not-for-profits that the company works with, and we want to make sure that that aligns to our ESG strategy. And based on all of those ESG or SDG that I've identified above, I'm currently in the process of preparing an external ESG report for MUFG Investor Services to showcase our alignment to those SDGs. On a more personal level, I do a lot of volunteering and I work with a number of not-for-profits and a lot of those not-for-profits are aligned to the SDGs. I'm a member of a steering committee for a company or for an organisation called the Green Team Network, which is an industry forum for connecting and empowering change towards a sustainable environment within the Irish funds industry. And more recently with that organisation, I've launched the first ever climate challenge for that industry. Again, linked to SDG 13, and this is very much driving behavioural change in people. I'm a board member of another organisation called Global Action Plan, which is an environmental organisation which has a mission to support sustainable communities across Ireland. I support them by providing expertise and guidance on getting funding to deliver their programmes for community groups, schools and businesses. And they do that by delivering educational programs, global citizenship. They are programs linked to the Sustainable Development Goals, and they are very focused in on community transformation. And again, my role within the Global Action Plan Board is to help them achieve their strategy, and they contribute to all 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. Lastly, I'm also a member of the Housing Association for Integrated Living, called HALE, which is a specialist housing association providing housing primarily to those with mental health difficulties, and they help people to integrate and live independently back in the community. I support them by providing guidance and expertise on sustainability, risk, finance and governance, and HALE is very much focused in on SDG 3, which is all about health and well-being, and SDG 17 Partnership for Goals. They work directly with the HSE and local authorities to provide support to people in the community. Well, I'd love to be the Chartered Star and represent the profession at the One Young World Summit, as I believe there are other careers in accountancy outside the traditional route into finance. I believe that chartered accountants will play a key role as ESG becomes more important to organisations. Specifically with new regulation focused on ESG reporting, this will require a new skill set in organisations, to be able to deal with financial reporting on ESG metrics. We need more chartered accountants interested in ESG, and one way is to easily introduce this to the Sustainable Development Goals. I'm an avid believer of ESG, and this comes out in various ways through my current role with MUFG Investor Services and all the work that I do with the not-for-profits. I'm very focused on utilising my skills as a chartered accountant to do better for my organisation and for the community, and I want to inspire the next generation of chartered accountants to take up a new role with the profession to very much focus in on ESG.